Christians helping other Christians. That is the wholesome message this episode would like to put out into the world.
Sure.
That's so strange because, like, so on the one hand, they're saying, okay, so the movie's fantastic, the moral messaging questionable, but I fucking hate it.
Yes.
Our
Not.
channel is
Anyway,
controversial. Say it, Eric.
moving on to the next anime. I'd rather
Wow.
be controversial in a different way and not.
Dodging the bullet like a little bitch. Do you remember this from nearly 10 years ago?
How much do you value our friendship, bitch?
God damn. I'm getting called out this episode.
The reason I kept this is that I also agree. This is also very offensive to me as a person.
This okay. I'm so glad that I don't have to hate on a 12-year-old right now because
so
M.
on
Night
this
Shyamalan should be
I
banned.
also agree with Anna age 12. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm also very offended by this movie.
Any whoosies. Yeah. So, welcome back to Road to Waifu, everybody. Eric and I have a fun episode, or he thinks it's
controversial episode.
Controversial.
Controversially fun, perhaps?
Perhaps. So, today we are going to be talking about how there's a group of people who are not such anime fans as we are. And that group of people happen to be
are the religious.
Are the religious zealots. Now, at the top, I just want to say, like, we don't like bash anybody for their religion. This just happens to be something we find funny, and we're unapologetic about that. Because anything can be funny, and comedy is fair game.
And I believe that all art is subjective. So no matter what series you like, there's going to be someone who dislikes it. Someone's going to disagree with your opinion, and that's okay. We are celebrating people having different opinions today. Please don't hate each other. Don't do anything stupid.
What is the rule? It's like the 30-30-40 or like the 40-40-20 where it's like 30% of people will like you, 30% of people will hate you no matter what you do, and it's the people in the middle that are like gonna be on the fence.
If it makes anyone else feel better, 100 people who have met me find me insufferable.
Okay. 100 people or 100% of people?
100% people.
Same. I mean, same. So, there you go.
I don't like you at all. I don't know why we're doing this.
It's weird. It's a weird dynamic. Anyway, so, I mean, if you're anime fans like Eric and I, then you know the group of people that we're talking about. We're actually not sure if there's another religion that has beef with anime and manga, but we're talking today about the Christians. And funny enough, I have somebody in my family who is like undisclosed as to whether or not they fall into this particular camp. So I've asked them before if they have an issue with things like Harry Potter and with anything that shows the occult. And um it's always deflected with a joke. So I may or may not have someone in my family who subscribes to this.
So today we are going over Christian reviews of anime. Specifically, a majority of these are movies, only because not a lot of people, Christians specifically, touch on anime shows, and a lot of shows already get cut out, and I couldn't find any sort of reviews for them. Turns out Christians aren't watching Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen.
What?
I really wanted to find those.
No way.
Turns
They're
out
not.
they may not be Christian friendly. I did find a forum site that had Christian movie reviews, but it was since taken down as of right now. Maybe at some point it'll come back, but that'd be great.
Sad.
But the majority of these are from Christian movie reviews.
So just so that we're all on the same page.
Specifically ChristianAnswers.net.
ChristianAnswers.net. So just so that we're all on the same page, why don't Christians like anime or anything of the kind? There's a few reasons. The reasons that we'll sort of focus on is they have an issue with magic. Why do they have an issue with magic? Because magic is considered off limits to mortals, I guess is the best way that I could put it. So miracles and magic are God's domain, and anybody claiming that they can do those types of things um, are in opposition to God. The only person who can be in opposition to God is the devil himself. So if you're claiming to be able to
Hail
do
Satan!
magic,
Hail Satan!
so if you're claiming to be able to do miracles or magic, then you must have a contract with the devil or be being controlled by the devil. So that's why they have an issue with magic, to the best of my knowledge, because I'm not a Christian. I don't 100%. I'm not a theologist. So that's like the number one thing is magic and miracles, which is demonic to them, in addition to all the other things that you know that Christians don't like. So this is going to be homosexual depictions or any sort of lewd or like sexual content. They also have an issue with the occult, again, for devil reasons, for demonic reasons. So if you've seen anime, you know that this is a very common theme in anime. So,
And I try to avoid movies that would be obviously geared towards adults. So you're not going to find anything too crazy here. You're not going to find Akira, for example.
it's actually a good point. So we should add that the I mean, like, obviously you can live your adult life however you want, but the main reason that Christians have an issue with this type of content is because they don't want kids exposed to it. They don't want kids like indoctrinated, quote unquote, so to speak, or to be veered off the path of God. So there are lots of organizations. Eric actually sent me a funny one, which is like, what was it? Teens Against Anime Influences, which is apparently like a real organization.
Teenagers Against Anime Influences. Yep.
So these would be people who are in high school who are advocating for keeping that kind of content out of the minds of children, quote unquote.
So looking at this list, I do have two that are more geared towards a teenage to adult crowd, but I put them in for a very specific reason.
Cool. So with that preamble in mind, we're gonna play Name That Anime.
Christianity edition. Hail Satan! We really can't come up with ideas, can we? All right. So, what I did was I took some of these movie reviews that people had and I did some editing on them just to make it so that whenever a character's name is popping up, like if I said Goku, then it's obviously a Dragon Ball thing. So
Whoa,
instead,
no way.
I instead said main character or movie as much as I could. Um, so the and Christian movie reviews works in like a twofold system. The first rating is for some movies is a morality rating from
Uh,
extremely offensive to fantastic for Christians. I don't actually recall the correct term. I don't think I
I don't think
have
any
like
of them are gonna score that anyway. So, like, I can't think of an anime that would be acceptable to a Christian audience.
and then the second rating is a 1 to 5 scale where 5's the highest. So the first one to call move. So this one's a bit of a long one, just FYI.
All right, here we go, everybody. Strap
I'll
in.
let you know.
Here we
To
go.
call movie a masterpiece is to reveal your filmic affiliation for the world to see. Some will walk out of the theater with tears in their eyes because of the grandeur of spectacle, while others will wander out dazed and confused. But there is no one who will be unable to leave this film untouched by the fantastic images contained therein. My affiliation is with the masterpiece crowd. So, starting off, we're going to start with. I wanted to start off with a positive review so that we're not completely shitting on Christians the whole time.
So this guy liked the movie. He acknowledges
He
that the
did.
movie's a good movie.
Those who are given to flights of fancy and spectacular visuals should not spend another minute mulling over which rehashed sequel to see this week, but instead
Ooh.
indulge their creative impulses by going out to see this film immediately.
So it's a sequel.
He is saying that you shouldn't go watch something that's just like a rehash sequel. You should watch this,
Oh,
which is a
watch this
unique film.
instead. Interesting.
This film winds through a complex maze of characters, but is able to do so because of the extravagance of each character's personality. It is possible that a film this rich with interesting characters will not be made for many years to come. Main character is the soul of this film around which the other characters swirl and dance in their colorful eccentricities.
This is such a
So
vague review.
I did some editing. So that's the first half of it.
That's half of it. Okay.
Yes. Do you have any idea so far?
I mean, based off of that, I would have to go with things that are classically considered masterpieces. So the first film that comes to mind is Spirited Away, because that's the only
And you would
anime
be
film.
correct.
Ah, okay.
So the other half, the collection of personalities can be overwhelming, but fills the film with to overflowing with intrigue and emotion. The movie subtly professes an Eastern spiritual worldview, which may be offensive to the more stringent on the worldview front, but is played out in the background of the film instead of pushed upon the viewer, as in Star Wars. I love the shot called out against Star Wars.
That's so
Apparently,
random.
this reviewer hates Star Wars. Main
Well,
character, on the other hand, exemplifies Christian qualities of love, patience, compassion, and sacrifice
we already
while solving.
guessed the movie, so you can
I
say
know,
that she.
I know, but at this point, I already wrote it, so I'm just reading.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. The main character is Chihiro, for those of you who haven't seen Spirited Away, which if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? You're not a real anime
Uh,
fan.
Spirited Away is easily the best animated film this year, and possibly on the greatest of all time. Provides plenty of visual spectacle for both adults and children, as well as a sincerely uplifting message. Expect this film to win Oscar for Best Animated Feature this year, while steering clear of the crudities and language found in last year's winner, Shrek.
Last year's winner. Okay, wow. I mean, Shrek is a pretty if you do an analysis on Shrek, it's a fairly crude movie. I think it's so funny
But
that
that's what
he
makes it great.
I do think it's funny that he calls out Star Wars when doing a review of Spirited Away. That's so like I feel like out of left field. Also, isn't Star Wars something that Christians aren't wild about? I mean, like I don't know that there's
I don't.
necessarily.
I'm not aware of the relationship between Star Wars fans and Christianity, but I assume they really don't like the Force, which is
I
prevalent in Star Wars.
Yeah, the Force is the only I think
I mean, isn't isn't
questionable.
isn't isn't the Force just the Holy Spirit? Like, come on.
Yeah, I the Star Wars I would be interested. So if anybody knows how Christians feel about Star Wars, let us know.
I think I
I,
edited that. The other title that was in that vein was Neon Genesis Evangelion.
that's interesting. I mean, like, so I'm not intimately familiar with Neon Genesis, but I mean,
It
a
it
mech
plays on biblical themes.
biblical themes in a good way or a bad way.
Both?
Yeah, so I'm not intimately familiar with it, but like on its face, I don't necessarily see a problem with a mech because that's machinery, it's science.
We can go that on into that in a little bit. But at the end of the day, the rating was good in terms of morality, and a 5 out of 5. So this was by Matthias
Wait,
Shapiro, H21.
so this person
So
didn't have an issue with the film, even though it has a god in it
yeah,
because the river spirit is technically a god.
yeah.
Also, everyone that it goes to the bathhouse, all the spirits are, as far
So
as Christian.
a lot of the other, so this is one of the ones I actually wanted to bring up because this particular reviewer found the movie to be great. Other reviewers who weren't as honestly like well written, they hated the number of spirits
Yeah.
on
I
it.
think that I feel like that would be a turn off. Also, the fact that the parents turn into animals would be a pretty big turn off.
So another review of it. Let me see. I remember seeing. I think most of the reviews were positive, but they did like call out the spiritual spirit. number of spirits in the movie.
It's an interesting question, though. How many spirits are in Spirited Away?
Quite a number.
Because the only character that's not a spirit is Chihiro, right? And
Yes,
Chihiro's parents.
everyone else is a spirit. So this was a positive review that rated it better than average out of five and a five. This movie, with its implied Eastern religion bents, may confuse some and even anger others. River spirits, radish spirits, animal spirits, and all others come to take a bath at you babas. However, I view this like looking at constellations of stars and reading works like Odyssey and Shakespeare. They may be based on incorrect religions, but when read as fiction, they are good art, which,
What is
just feels offensive as hell.
what is an incorrect religion?
Anything other than Christianity,
That's
obviously.
hilarious. That's hilarious. That's too funny.
So, yes, there's not a real separation between the spirit component, and the uh, actual movie, and it's just like, oh, at least that interpretation, the way I read that review, it's like, oh, well, the other religions are hogwash, so it's okay that's in fiction, which feels awful.
I mean, okay. If you subscribe to a religion, and again, I'm not trying to degrade any specific religion. If you subscribe to a religion, though, one of the tenets of that most religions have tenets that say that there will be forces in the world that try to lead you astray, quote unquote. Some of them use very strong language, like in Christianity, it goes as far as to say that other religions are wrong. Um, I think in like Shintoism, it's softer in the sense that it says like other things will try to lead you astray, but the idea being that if you subscribe to a religion, then religion is going to call out other religions as false idols. So, I mean, if you subscribe to that, is it so wild to say that somebody else is wrong? Probably not.
It feels like people should mind their damn business, but
Well, I mean, this is actually what I think a lot of people like about Eastern religion is because they do. Eastern religions, for the most part, sort of mind their own business. It's like very inward, whereas Western religions, as I'll classify them, are a little bit more outward. They're focused on community and they're focused on saving people. So yeah, and that we're all familiar with that as a Christian tenet. They're missionaries that go around and try to get you to convert. You don't really see that in Eastern religions.
so anyway, regardless of whether people's particular offenses about spirits in the content, it seems that for the most part, people really like the movie, which is great.
I mean, it's a kick-ass movie. So, like I
All
said,
right,
if you haven't
so
seen it, go see it.
so now let's get into like the gruff of things.
Okay. Oh, was that the only one that you could find that had positive reviews?
Well, there's others with positive reviews. It's just I'm focusing on the a lot of these. I am focused on the negatives because it sort of what I wanted to sort of point out was the specifics of like how people interpret certain movies essentially, and
Sure.
that it's okay that you don't like something. So I
Sure.
did focus admittedly on negative reviews, but they're also more entertaining to read.
That's fair. That's fair.
I have at least one more positive.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll save that for the midway point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's towards the end, just to end on a higher note. So this I replaced the particular studio that makes this movie with Studio.
Sure.
Studio has taken their penchant for occult magic and mixed in a whole bunch of eclectic religious symbols to make a spiritual stew that, well, smells sort of funny. I love their writing already. Honestly, like, already I just love their writing.
Our
heroine
certainly paint a picture.
Our heroine walks on water, is transfigured into glory, ascends upwards, descends with light beams of plenty, saves her people on return, and lives in a world previously destroyed by water and later by fire.
Okay,
All
as
this,
you wait, I have to stop you because every single time there was like a comma and more stuff, I was like, this can't be. This is this? Okay, this is definitely the thing. I know what it is, but keep going.
all this is mixed into a depiction of blank that looks like a weird cross between tribal cultures as well
Yep.
as Babylonic totems and pagan death masks and new age karmic energy sources. I already know that you know this.
Yeah, I
The
know this
effect
movie.
is, well, that it spiritually stinks.
It spiritually stinks? Well, that's a statement.
Yes. This is a long way from the simple magic spells that is used to set up plot lines. You already know it. From Disney movies of yesteryear.
This guy, simple magic spells. He's created a tier system where magic, which Christians hate, is not that bad in comparison to what happens in this movie, which,
It
what?
it very much is picking and choosing what is acceptable. Rather, it is in incessant assault. That's really hard to say. To the spiritual senses that never lets up. You keep wondering how far will they go with this, and of course, the moral theme is that explorers are exploiters and ruin everything they touch. While the pace
That's
and action of the movie are not bad, the outrageously synchronistic version of this movie is neither fair to the legend nor fair to the many religions whose elements have been blended into this unholy religious stew. My rating's up extremely offensive at and a 3 for movie quality.
that's
Laura and Dean Vandruff, ages 30 and 40.
that's actually, I'm gonna be honest, 3 out of
Um,
5. It feels like a pretty good like movie review in terms of like, is this a good movie? Um,
so that's what I really actually appreciate about Christian movie reviews. Like, despite how outraged they are about how offensive the material is, they seem to still be judging the movie quality, which is great.
it's
Anyway,
interesting.
do you want to go ahead and say the movie title
Yeah, so
since
this is obviously Atlantis. Disney's Atlantis.
I'm
Disney's
on it?
Atlantis.
So, out of all the things that they're offended by, I'm surprised they're not more offended by the outfits.
I mean, like, I actually hadn't thought about that until this literal very moment. But yeah, I suppose they are
Not
scantily
not
clad.
only specifically because of all the other things they're offended by. Maybe they were so offended by this that they forgot to be offended by the other stuff, which is a win, I guess.
The thing is, here's the thing with like dress, right? Because there is such a fine line that you can walk. Because oh, I don't even know how to put this into words. We live in an era where, like, if you wear a bikini nowadays, it's not the same as when you wore a bikini in like the 90s and the early 2000s. And there was a change in that particular dress for females that sort of continually upset the Christians as it sort of evolved over time and kept changing. And Atlantis was released, I believe, in 2002 or
I
2001.
I wish it did better. I love this movie. I thought it was
Well,
great.
there's a whole bunch of theories about why it didn't do well, which we can do. We can discuss that another day. But I actually don't think that the dress in Atlantis is really all that like scandalous, so to speak. Um, which could explain why they didn't have a problem with it. But again, I'm not a religious zealot, so I could be talking out of my ass. Who knows?
I'm always talking out of my ass.
So I think it's kind of strange. I mean, like, okay, at its core, the power source, which I forget how they refer to it
Oh,
in the movie.
Christians hate crystals. Like, this is one of the reviews that I saw. Another review hated anything to do with crystals.
Sure.
It wasn't as well written, so that's why I didn't use it for the
Sure,
read
yeah.
because, as much as I disagree with their opinion, their writing is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, they definitely paint a picture. I'll give them that. They have very colorful language. As far as what is actually objectionable about the movie, I can see where the crystal and the whole sort of idea of the magic force field that protected the city is objectionable. I don't understand what he meant by it's a disgrace to the original mythology. Um,
I'm not aware of the original Atlantis mythology, so I'm not completely sure, to be honest.
I mean, the original mythology is actually somewhat concise in the sense that it's not very detailed, which is why there's so much varied interpretation as to what the legend actually is. Essentially, it's an advanced civilization on the magnitude of the Egyptians but older, and it's unclear where specifically it was. There's a lot of arguments that it's somewhere in the Mediterranean. There's arguments that it's like right outside the gates of Gibraltar. There are arguments that it's in Oceania. Wherever you believe it to be, the idea is that they were so advanced that the gods feared their power and sank the city. So that's that's the like myth in a nutshell. So I'm not really sure what part of the Disney version is in opposition. I guess the flying fish, like the flying mechanical fish, but who knows? Maybe they had flying mechanical fish. I don't know. It's not in Plato's original description of the myth.
So, anyway, if you haven't seen Atlantis, highly recommend.
It's great.
Fantastic. It's during that era of Disney where they made so many bangers, but they just didn't take off.
If
Atlantis, Treasure Planet. I especially if you had to pick one, Treasure Planet is amazing. Watch that one.
if you'd like Eric and I to do a deep dive as to why the movies failed, because there are theories, conspiracy theories and otherwise. So drop it in the comments if you'd like us to do that episode.
Um, so moving to the next movie,
All
I
right.
the animation is all done in the Japanese style of anime, so it has a quite different flavor than Americans are probably used to seeing. The animation is sharp, if that's the right word, but it surpasses Disney in every way. In this movie, things like fog, rain, and forest look so real you could reach out and touch them. And the
Oh,
characters
I
are
already have a guess.
incredibly well animated, far better than anything I've seen in North America.
I already
This is
have a
also the
guess.
first animated film I've seen that makes brilliant use of cinematography, and you'll be amazed at the brilliance of scenery in this film. I feel like you already know it.
I feel like I already know it too. Should I guess or do you want to keep
Yeah,
going?
go ahead.
I think this is Princess Mononoke.
Absolutely.
Why are you picking all the Ghibli films?
Because they're the ones that Christians are willing to watch.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't think about that.
Content wise, let me say this straight off, this film is not for children. There's more action related violence in this film than all the Disney films combined. True.
I mean,
Often
we could
resulting in many dismembered
we
limbs and sometimes beheadings.
I mean, look, listen, we could get into it because is Ghibli better than Disney? Question mark. This elitist says yes.
I will abstain from getting into fights about this. On top of that, the plot is very advanced, and I would probably agree with you. And it'll fly right over kids' heads, so it's really not worth it to let them see the film at all. Sex-wise, the town is filled with former prostitutes who are now honest workers, and there are one or two mild phrases related to that. Language-wise, there are very few foul words, and twice God's name is taken in vain. On the other hand, the main character is an excellent role model, as he never swears, never has sex, and is blatantly opposed to killing. He fights only when innocent lives are at stake. There are some new age concepts in the film, gods and demons, etc., but it's not as bad as you might think. Immature Christians may be confused by this film, but others shouldn't have any problem. To date, Princess Mononoke is the best animated film made. I would recommend it to anyone 13 or older. The film's message that we make use of nature without destroying it is good. As with any movie, make sure to bring your shield along, which that part I didn't understand at all.
Well, that's a metaphorical turn of phrase, which is to watch the movie with the knowledge that it contains anti-God messaging and to be discerning about what that part of the movie is versus the message of the movie.
But yeah, that one was pretty obvious, I feel like. I actually took out the first two sentences of the review. Princess Mononoke takes place in ancient Japan. The movie opens with the main character fighting off a demon,
I
which
mean, that would have definitely been a giveaway because how you started, because I forget exactly what you said, but you were like, "This film is entirely done in the traditional Japanese style," and I was like, "Well, fucking duh! It's an anime film."
well, I think a part of it is that these are Christians trying to review a film that other Christians may not watch at all. So, this reviewer did I don't think they had a review score, but it was a positive review. Like,
Christians helping other Christians. That is the wholesome message this episode would like to put out into the world.
sure. Uh so this one's a very interesting one. So it's a negative review, but the moral rating is better than average and movie making quality is 5.
Really? But it's a negative review.
Yes.
That's so strange because, like, so on the one hand, they're saying, okay, so the movie's fantastic, the moral messaging questionable, but I fucking hate it.
Yes. I found this film to be very dark and depressing, as well as terribly violent for children. I was prepared to bring my 4-year-old to see it, and thankfully, I had the opportunity to view it beforehand. I'm very glad. At
Okay.
the beginning, a man is struck in the head, revealing blood. There is another similar scene as well, in which a character's leg is injured and blood soaks through the bandage. Most of the animals are very violent and mean, so much that I believe could cause a young child to be afraid of such animal.
That it?
There's another half, but I wanted to stop there because I feel like the next part is a little more obvious.
Interesting. I can't place something specific that would have those elements. I'm like, a man's head is bashed in and somebody loses a limb is what it sounds like,
Or
which
their limb is injured.
their limb is injured and is injured enough to be bloody.
Yes, and there are mean animals.
And there are there are mean animals. Um which could be a lot of I like that could be a lot of things.
Yeah,
Um
figure I'd make it a little harder for you.
yeah. I think I'm going to need a little bit more information.
Yeah, I think the second half of this review is a little more obvious.
Do you want to
These
take it like
animals,
one sentence at a time?
these animals also fly airplanes while shooting needles.
While shooting needles?
Mhm.
Have I seen
I
this
am think
movie?
I I hope you have. Otherwise, I'm going to be disappointed in you. I am thinking something like tranquilizers at the young boy. A man shoots at the boy as well with a rifle and later falls off the aircraft to his death.
Okay.
I don't think I would have gotten it from this review so far.
I'm I'm stuck on the animals flying planes bit. I can't
Yeah.
think of a movie that has animals flying planes.
There's a lot of focus on death as well, which I think is unhealthy and scary for children.
I mean, sure, if you're doing it in, I guess, a gruesome fashion, but let's keep in mind that literally every single Disney movie has a dead mom.
I agree.
So,
There is
uh,
always an orphan.
so I think I'm gonna need more. I can't think of a movie with animals that shoot tranquilizers at people and cause a guy to fall out of a plane.
I'm going to give you the last two sentences because I don't think that would be helpful. In addition to this, I believe a lot of the action sequences are too intense and frightening for children. All in all, it was pretty heavy content, not at all for young children as the previews made it out to be.
Okay, so I haven't seen this movie, but the only thing that I feel like I could reasonably guess is Graveyard of the Fireflies.
It is not Graveyard of the Fireflies. I did not choose to put that one on the list because I feel like that one probably is a little more like obvious slash not easy to disguise.
Sure. I don't think know this, or at least I can't place it if I have seen it. But
It
I don't think I have.
it is a Disney movie.
Oh, it's a Disney
Disney
movie.
and Pixar movie.
Disney and Pixar. Okay, that points me kind of in the right direction. So, animals that shoot tranquilizers and makes a boy. I don't a Pixar movie where someone gets hit in the head and there's blood. Going through all of the Disney Pixar movies that I know. Mm, I must not have seen this movie for a very long time because I don't think I know it.
It has the most heart wrenching first 5 minutes of any Pixar film ever
Up?
made. It's Up.
What? What? That's a
This
description of
reviewer is
Up?
outraged at Up. I don't. Yes, there's a lot of there is a focus on death, but it's not done in a distasteful way.
I mean, but also, okay. Like,
It's
yes,
not
that
like
theme.
it's not like okay. It'd be one thing if they made at the first 5 minutes you made this adorable sequence and the wife died from getting hit by a truck and got isekai'd somewhere. She died of old age.
So, is the objection that there's a overarching motif of death and anthropomorphized dogs? Is that the objection?
I think it's the anthropomorphized dogs that are flying airplanes shooting needles.
Sure. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even remember that part of the movie, but I believe that it happened.
I It's also been a while since I watched Up because I can't ever get through the first 5 minutes without bawling my
Yeah,
eyes
it's
out like a
hard.
bitch. So
It's
I
hard.
also I can't remember that someone got struck in the head revealing blood
Yeah.
specifically.
Well, I mean, if it was, I feel like that's something that probably came up in the montage, but it's a montage, so it's probably brief. It's probably to illustrate
Oh,
their
you're probably right.
relationship. You
It's
know what I
part
mean?
of the movie that I had the hardest time watching.
Yeah. So that's what a strange reason not to want your kids to watch it. I mean, like the talking dogs thing, I like maybe kind of get, but I don't think Up is making anybody afraid of dogs. And Kevin isn't even a real bird.
Yeah, I think it's a sort of no. I'm not gonna go into that. That's too. I'm gonna try to keep this channel
Our
non-political.
channel is
Anyway,
controversial. Say it,
move
Eric.
moving on to the next anime. I'd rather
Wow.
be controversial in a different way and not.
Dodging the bullet like a little bitch.
Yeah, I know. So these next two reviews are from a site called Beneath the Tangles, where they do recommend animes, but they have disclaimers for them. So I'm gonna read you the. So they have a watch if you bullet points, skip if you bullet points, biblical themes bullet points, and content to look out for bullet points.
Oh, interesting. It's like an organized rejection of the media.
Or acceptance, but it's like a general
Sure.
content. It's almost a content warning almost.
Sure.
So the first anime, watch if you like psychological horrors, want to watch something that will make you think, if you enjoy a dramatically unfolding plot.
Okay, that is super vague. That
Yeah.
describes pretty much all psychological animes.
Skip if you dislike bright colors, big eye character styles.
Okay, that does not narrow it down.
Prefer contained within an episode stories.
Wait, is this a series? I thought we were
It
doing
is an anime
features.
series. So I was able to find two. Because it's a different site, this site actually focuses on anime series.
Ah, okay. So, all right. So let me switching gears. So this is an anime series. It's a psychological thriller. It utilizes big-eyed drawing styles, which is literally all of anime. That's a core tenet of anime style. So, and we can talk
And
about that, but
there's an overarching story, so it's not an episode of the week format.
there's an over that is all anime. Or I mean, like if it's an
I know.
anthology, it'll specifically say that it's an anthology.
And then you aren't ready. Skip if you aren't ready to handle major feels, and feels is in quotation marks.
Okay.
Biblical themes: Christ-like sacrifice, discussion of concepts central to Scripture,
Central to
such
scripture?
as yeah. So sin. So example: sin and redemption.
Huh.
And finally, last content to look out for: very mild homosexual inferences emphasized further in later separate films.
Very
Jarring
mild.
violence presented in sometimes unrealistic manner.
I want to say, wait, no, it can't be JoJo.
No, JoJo is not very mild homosexual inferences.
That's
It
why I
is
said it.
major homosexual
That's why I said
inferences,
it can't be.
especially emphasized every episode.
I know, I know. um, huh. Okay, wait. It's a anime that deals with religious themes. Is it Full Metal?
It's not Full Metal. That's a good That's a good guess though.
Yeah, I thought so. Um, and it literally has a Jesus-like sacrifice.
It does.
I mean, like the only character that I can think of that's somewhat like that is Hidan from Naruto, but Naruto doesn't have an overarching religious motif.
I will say that you're unlikely to guess this, but we have watched this together.
We watched it together.
Yes.
Oh. So this is back from college or recently?
This is back in college.
Was the series complete at the time?
Yes. It was finished in 2011. So I showed it to you because I told you it was a good series and you had no idea what it was.
Oh, nah, this is like a trivia question. This is like recesses the back of Morgan's mind. Like, do you remember this from nearly 10 years ago?
How much do you value our friendship, bitch?
God damn. I'm getting called out this episode.
Uh, I won't be offended if you don't get this.
Wait, give
I
me another hint.
don't think. Um, I can give you a hint that makes it much easier.
Just can't think of an anime that has an overarching religious motif and a Jesus style sacrifice.
It is in the magical girl subgenre.
It's in the magical girl Madoka Magica?
It is Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
Ah, okay. I don't remember that having a Jesus style sacrifice, but I believe you.
But honestly, overall, very positive review of it.
I mean, like the way that it goes about providing I guess a content warning is very neat and respectful. Um, I think that I don't know. I mean, like I have a soft spot for Magic Girl animes, because I grew up with Cardcaptor Sakura and Sailor Moon. But I can see why they don't like it. But like this is how I feel the same way about Kiki's Delivery Service. How can you not like Kiki's Delivery Service? That movie is great.
I agree. All right, so the next one from the site, there's only two from the site, so just this is the last one. Watch if you enjoy equal doses of comedy and action, like superhero style stories if you enjoy a dramatically unfolding plot.
This has to
Skip,
be this has to be My Hero Academia.
it is not.
Really?
Skip if you dislike frequent violence and do not like science fiction or westerns.
Science fiction and western in the same anime.
Biblical themes: Christ-like sacrifice, emphasis on of themes of nonviolence and forgiveness, frequent discussion of the sanctity of life.
Is this Gurren Lagann?
It's not. Content to
Really?
look out for: frequent non-graphic violence, some language, mild sexual references, and this is the major clue. A priest character who is a violent gunslinger is a major character.
Priest who's a gunslinger. Is this oh man, why am I blanking on this right now? Is this I see it in my head. It's the one with the vampires. What the fudge is it called?
It is not Helsing.
No, not Helsing. Oh, fudge. I watched this recently. It's like it's a 4-season anime. It has a really shitty spin-off. God, what is the name of the It's the one about the dude whose dad is literally Dracula.
It's not Castlevania?
Castlevania. It's not
It is
Castlevania?
not. It is not Castlevania.
Really? It sounds
This
exactly like
came
Castlevania.
much before Castlevania.
Before Castlevania?
As a clue, this was on Toonami.
I might not have seen this one. I might not have seen
The
this
Western
one.
style science fiction series traces the travels of character, the most wanted man on a dry planet in desperate need of an alien energy source.
I don't know, Samurai Champloo.
When two young women representing an insurance agent finds the infamous outlaw, they're stunned by his seemingly ineptitude, silly personality, and womanizing.
So the main characters are two women.
The main character is followed by two women.
I don't think I know this one.
Show balances the fun of an action comedy with a plot that explores ideas central to Christianity, such as mercy, salvation, hope, and forgiveness.
Rave Master?
Have you ever watched Trigun?
Trigun. No, I haven't seen Trigun.
I assumed that you had, only because it was on Toonami.
It's a very popular series that if I didn't have a bedtime, I probably would have watched.
I mean, I had one and I watched it anyway.
Well, some of us were not so daring when we were 7 years old, Eric.
Okay. Okay, so I have two reviews for the next one because there is a positive review and a negative review that I really wanted to share. I'm going to share the
Ooh.
negative review first.
Which is harder? Which is harder to guess it by?
Probably the negative review.
Okay, let's do that then. Cuz I'm feeling like I need to get my mojo back.
Yep. So negative review. No scores, but on this one. Just before I took my 5-year-old to see this, a friend told me she would never take my child to a movie about magic and wizardry. She strongly implied that the film had occult-like overtones. After seeing this film, I got a glimpse of what she meant. At any rate, if there was any magic or witchcraft overtone here, it flew straight over my son's head, so maybe that's some consolation.
Okay, so it's not Harry Potter. Can't be Harry Potter.
That said, adults may not survive this film. The kids were enthralled, but I don't think I've ever sat through a film more blatantly designed to suck the brain matter out of the heads of every adult in the audience.
What?
This was the most vapid, empty, trivial waste of time I've ever been a part of. The filmmakers should apologize to my son for insulting his intelligence, and he's all of 5.
Well,
even worse, before this film is a cartoon short I truly believe you'd have to be on psychedelic drugs to understand. After the film was over, there were many comments among the adults about how difficult it was to sit through. It was so bad that it was almost a bonding experience, like when a group of people grow closer together after being trapped on a desert island for a year. Dean, age 28.
well,
I recognize that in that whole preamble, there's only one clue in there, but I had to read that review of it.
The only clue is that there's witchcraft?
So,
question mark.
Let's move on to the positive review. Another thing I wanted to point out with this one is the dichotomy of like these reviews.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, movie was one of the best movies in the summer of 2000.
Oh, you gotta love it. That is America in a nutshell right now.
The story clearly shows character as trying to fulfill the prophecy to save the world. While I cannot call it a perfect allegory to what Christ did for us a millennia ago, I refuse to call it blasphemy.
Okay.
There is some boyfriend-girlfriend talk, but nothing is ever lustful. The movie shows us that we should not mess with God's creation as the villain does. It does not promote pagan idolatry. The characters were just trying to warn the humans about the danger that was occurring in the world at the moment.
Is this still an anime series, or are we back to movies?
We're back to movies.
Okay, so it's a movie about a guy who goes out to save the world. There are undertones of witchcraft, but it's not blatantly obvious. At least according to the negative review guy. And there's a love interest, but it doesn't ever manifest. Those are the clues.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I keep reading?
Oh, there's more. Yes, please.
There's more. As for nature, any Christian is perfectly aware that only God is in control of nature. I know a lot of stuff wasn't compatible with real life, but at the same time, movie is not trying to lure kids away from God or Jesus. It's just a work of fiction. Characters "I have failed" comments clearly shows he answers to someone higher than himself. I have interpreted it that way since I was 10 when I saw the movie.
Okay.
Furthermore, how many prophets in the Bible have said the same thing only for God to finish his works with them? I have also noticed someone made a comment about the crystals in the movie. Comment about the crystals in the movie promoting New Age stuff. I'm having so much fun reading this. The crystals are just musical instruments. After a character plays the song that finishes the prophecy, the crystals enter an eternally dormant state. Nothing occultic about it.
Why? For some strange reason, I'm thinking of the Pokemon 2000 movie.
It is Pokemon 2000.
What? What? That's a wild description of the film.
It's so interesting.
What?
I had so much fun going through this review.
I'm genuinely shocked that I got that. What? There is no witchcraft in Pokemon.
So that first reviewer, I did not include this section of the witchcraft stuff. But where do you draw the line? Is any character with superpowers endorsing witchcraft? Is Superman's heat vision a dark magic power? I love that Superman is potentially Antichrist.
No. That's where he draws the line. Isn't he saying that's acceptable?
I know, but like theoretically, if any sort of non-human ability is occults, then therefore Superman must be the Antichrist.
Well, yes. If that's
mathematically speaking, that is the correct interpretation.
Yeah,
but I just am having so much fun with like processing it.
That's hilarious. I'm still struggling with Pokemon is occult or witchcraft.
Dude, Christians hated Pokemon.
I didn't, to be honest, I didn't even know that at the time. Like when I was a kid, I didn't realize that Pokemon had such heat from Christians.
The review I sent you yesterday, can you put it up on screen?
Yes.
It's so funny.
It doesn't make any sense. I had to read it like 3 times before I was like, so this guy just doesn't know what he's talking about.
So I have one more anime review, but I also have 3 bonus reviews. So this is a avoid recommendation.
Avoid this.
And this is a show.
A show.
Just to shift your brain.
Episodic.
Yes. This show is based on the same witchcraft as tarot cards and 4 Eastern branches of the occult.
Oh, this has to be Cardcaptor Sakura, obviously.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It is geared towards youth in an attempt to dull them to the real-life applications of witchcraft and divination. I have personally read the accounts of the creators of the show about where their inspiration came from and their desired effects they wish to get from the show.
Wait. I think I know what this is.
It is very grim. The Bible says to have nothing with the fruitless deeds of darkness, not to sit down and dedicate a part of our lives to watching and enjoying it. This show is worthless.
So, I think that the information about the author's inspiration is a giveaway, but I'm a little bit hesitant because I could be wrong.
Morgan, you're pulling an Eric right now.
I am. I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, it was Cardcaptors.
Oh, it is Cardcaptor. That's hilarious.
It's like, Jesus, what do you do in your free time other than just sing songs about God?
Well, I think that's a little bit of an unfair characterization of Christians, but yeah,
This
kind of.
one, this reviewer in particular,
Yeah, this guy definitely needs to get
not
out.
Christians in general. This particular
Yeah, he
reviewer.
could definitely he could go out and smell the roses a little bit, touch some grass.
Like, I haven't had issues with any of the other reviewers, like, so far. This one I have issues with, and that's why I wanted to share it with you.
That's crazy. I mean, like he was getting a little bit worked up, I feel, because like Cardcaptor is for little girls.
And like all the other reviews were like pretty thought out or like unique in the way that they were approaching it. Like even the one I have the most disagreements with of the ones we've read so far, other than this one, Disney's Up review.
Yeah, that
honestly, I disagree with it, but like I don't like actively dislike her opinion about it. I think.
I mean, like
this one, I'm just like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I mean, like I definitely actively dislike the Up classification because like what strange details to hone in on specifically. But
I think what keeps me on that reviewer's side is that they still had their moral rating despite all their complaints as better than average and movie making quality 5.
Yeah.
This reviewer didn't leave anything. So I have nothing I can like try to support them with.
Yeah, I mean like I don't know. I enjoy Cardcaptor. So I mean like I don't think it's the greatest series out there, but I think it's weird to focus in on the, I guess, likeness to tarot cards that that her abilities have, which is not an unfair analogy, but I don't know. This is like the difference between acknowledging that something is fiction and I guess denying that something's fiction. I don't think anyone is claiming that Cardcaptor is based on a true story. Also, what's with in the last few reviews, what's with every single one saying that there was a Jesus-like sacrifice component? Because, like, no, there wasn't. Unless it's just like the idea of self-sacrifice, because like nobody got nailed
it's the
to
idea,
a cross.
It's the idea of self-sacrifice. All self-sacrifice is Jesus-like self-sacrifice.
Interesting. Disagree with that, but all right.
I also disagree. But this is the sort of perspective that they're taking from.
Sure.
If anyone sacrifices themselves, it is in style of Jesus.
That's interesting. That's a very low bar, I feel.
So this is a bonus review. This one so off the bat, this is by Anna H12. So already we're gonna take it a little easier on it.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should maybe skip this one because I don't want to bash a 12-year-old.
But at the same time, her review is just so good. Like I adore this review, and that's why I'm including it.
All right, I want to put it on the record that Eric is making me do this.
Yes, moral rating: very offensive. Making quality 3.5.
Okay, that's not.
When I walked into this theater, I thought I would like this movie, but I was wrong. No, I've never seen the series really, but the movie looked pretty good. Although the action scenes, special effects, and quality was really cool, the whole movie was very offensive. First of all, they kept talking about spirits. It was very weird. They also talked about reincarnation. They said a dragon spirit talked to him and he knew what to do. He had to get in the spirit world.
Oh, this is Dragon Ball.
They also killed some kind of spirit which made their world unbalanced.
Oh, this isn't Dragon Ball.
It's not Dragon Ball. A girl said she had white hair because when she was born, she wasn't alive, so they dipped her in sacred waters.
And is this Avatar?
White. It's the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar.
Guys!
So this one is anime adjacent. I mean, in fairness, so one of the reason I kept this is that I also agree. This is also very offensive to me as a person.
This Okay, I'm so glad that I
Like
don't have to
so
hate on a
it
12-year-old right now because
so
M.
on
Night
this in this
Shyamalan should
occasion,
be
I
banned.
also I also agree with Anna age 12. That's the thing. Like I'm
Yeah,
also very offended by this movie.
for different reasons, but we can all be on the same side of the fence and come after M. Night Shyamalan. He ruined one of the greatest franchises of all time.
M Night Shyamalan makes a lot of good movies.
No,
This
he
was not one of
doesn't.
them.
No, he doesn't. He makes a handful of good movies, and nothing that he's made recently is any good.
The beach one was good. Split was very good. He has a lot more misses than hits. I will admit.
So then he doesn't make a lot of good movies. He
Okay,
makes
okay,
some good movies.
yeah, okay. He makes a good movie every once in a while. But anyway, the reason I brought this is also a bonus one because it's anime adjacent technically. Anyway, I agree with Anna. This movie is very offensive to me.
Yes,
That's why I included it.
I'm on Anna's side. I'm
I
also on
recognize that at the beginning you thought I was shitting on a 12-year-old. No, I'm agreeing with a 12
Yeah,
year old.
yeah, yeah.
This movie is
Astute.
very offensive.
This is
And
very
Anna should be
astute.
proud.
So wait, that means though, I don't want to put words in Anna's mouth, but I would like to believe that Anna likes the series.
Um, it doesn't seem like she was aware of the series, and this was her first experience
Oh,
with
that's
it.
right. She did say that she hadn't seen the series. Well,
Yeah.
Anna, I hope that you have seen the series by this point in time and that you enjoyed it because it is a delight.
So what is interesting is that I in the review she says I asked my sister if the show had all the spirit stuff, and she said she didn't remember all the spirit things, which is like her sister must have missed a few episodes.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty prevalent right from the get-go. I mean, like I
Oh yeah.
guess I guess like the whole Avatar state is a little ambiguous as to what exactly that is, but once you get to like the middle of season 1, it's like very clear the whole bridge deal.
So this next one I'm gonna start with this like so some reviews do this like language section where it's like they count the number of swears that are in the movie.
Oh,
I'm gonna
interesting.
start with that section and then I'll describe the movie for you afterwards if you can't get it off of that, which I assume you won't because that would be impossible. Language. I counted two oh my god uses, oh lord once, suck once, and two uses each of hell, damn, and crap, plus three unfinished what the and then all G's. The language didn't add anything to the excitement or realism of the movie, and that alone is the most disturbing element to me, in that
Uh-huh.
it was completely superfluous. Violence,
Mhm.
mild to moderate. Profane language, mild to moderate. Bold, crude language, mild. Nudity, none. Sex, minor. A kiss, a cult, minor.
Wait. Well, hold on. How can you have zero nudity but mild sexuality?
So they consider a kiss to be minor sexuality.
Kiss is sexuality now.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Depending on how extreme you are in terms of religious fervor, a kiss is considered sexual content and shouldn't be displayed to kids.
That's wild. I mean, like, I think there's a legitimate argument about displaying it to kids, but that's wild to consider it sex. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's a bit of a stretch, I feel. Yeah, that could describe any one of 1,000 things.
Oh, I'm more. But anyway, that's what I wanted to point out with this bonus review.
I
I
mean,
obviously I'm only taking small sections from it, but
sure.
still.
I mean, like, thanks, guy, for counting all that up for me. Appreciate it.
And I think you'll know it also the first sentence, so that's why I did this in this order. The characters have skin tight costumes. Married characters kiss, so that kiss is between married people, like,
Yeah,
and that's like minorly offensive.
feel like that should be fine.
Character has a teen crush on its classmate. Character is seen briefly smoking a long stem cigarette, while there is a plethora of scenes with superheroes and other people drinking what appears to be alcoholic beverages and talking about needing drinks to relax.
I got stuck on the skin tight outfits
Mm.
for pretty much that whole thing because like the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head where that would be an issue would be like Gundam.
It is not.
Okay, could you read it again?
The characters have skin tight costumes, married characters kiss, and a character has a teen crush on a classmate. One
Teen
character is
crush.
seen briefly smoking a long stem cigarette while there is a plethora of scenes with superheroes and other people drinking what appears to be alcoholic beverages and talking about needing drinks to relax.
Okay, wait. So there's superheroes and smoking.
Yes,
And this is an anime movie?
it's an animated movie,
Oh, it's an animated movie.
if you want to define it specifically.
Well, is it American?
Yes,
Okay. Incredibles?
Incredibles 2, correct.
Because the only character that I can think of that smokes is Edna.
Yeah, they have an issue of Edna smoking.
I mean, like, I get
It's not
it.
it's not great for her little lungs, but like she's fabulous, baby. Like
I mean, like, I don't. The thing is, like,
darling,
Edna
she's
is
fabulous.
she's such a like lovable character that I had to think about it for a second because I was like, wait a second, skin tight outfits has to be the Incredibles, but who smokes in that? And I had to literally be like, wait, does Edna smoke?
And that she does.
Interesting.
So so yes, this particular person, I think they do recommend the movie. It's just that these are the things that offended them.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I don't agree with depiction of smoking either for various reasons, but it doesn't offend me. I just don't think it's great for the culture.
Yeah, but let's be honest, people do smoke, so it's like
I mean,
it's
people.
not it's not it's not it's not like it's not it's not like the kids were chain smoking at least, you know?
I mean, like, this is a whole separate discussion about like, does what we show in media impact the culture at all? My belief is that it does. So we have to be mindful about what we show, and it's also the literal reason for the TV rating guide that the Motion Pictures Association created. Like PG-13 was created specifically because basically people were like, yeah, what we show in our media has an impact on the on culture at large and specifically the upcoming generation, so we need to be careful about what we expose them to. There is a legitimate argument for it. I wouldn't go so far as to say that having smoking in something is offensive. I feel like that's laying it on a little bit heavy.
I think it so according to this, Incredibles 2 is rated PG. So it's like, hey, tell your kids not to smoke. Easy as that.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not like easy as that. But
I'm exaggerating to make a point.
sure, sure.
All
I
right,
mean,
so
like,
I have one more bonus review, and this one is there because I had no idea how to write it, so that to rewrite it so that it wasn't obvious what this is.
oh, okay, so this will be easy to guess then.
I have watched this. Avoid. I have watched the series twice, and while the animation is excellent and I enjoyed that aspect of it, this show is definitely one to switch off because, in my opinion, it portrays man as a creator on a par with God. The giant robots in the series are in fact living creatures, men, as such supposedly created by man from a being known as the first angel and named Adam. The series storyline seeks to glorify man above God. It also, in my opinion, twists the word of the Bible and makes nonsense from them. For these reasons alone, the series should be marked as void.
Is this Full Metal?
No, it's not. It's Neon Genesis
I
Evangelion.
haven't seen Neon
I know,
Genesis.
but like, there was just no way of rewriting that.
Yeah, but
So that
I didn't. Since I don't know anything about Neon Genesis, I feel like the tip off is that they also have a character in that show apparently called Adam. Like, I feel like that's the tip off. But since I don't know the show, I didn't realize.
yeah,
Um,
that's why I left it as a bonus anyway. So,
that's crazy. I should watch Neon Genesis. That's a long series though.
but yeah, of all the reviews, it seems like only one massively offended you and one you disagree with.
Overall, yeah. I mean, like, look, I think that everyone is entitled to their opinion of literally anything. Because, like Eric said, art is very subjective. And as an actor myself, I would never begrudge somebody for not liking something, especially if it contradicts your morality. That said, anime is great and you guys suck.
I mean, most of them were positive. Most of them were like
They were.
recommended the series.
They were. Which I do have to
I
say
I
that
did pick a couple stinker like super negatives, but like for the most part, I picked some positive reviews.
I will say that I think that this is somewhat I think that overall it's positive, right? Because they're voicing that they didn't like something, but all the while being quote unquote fair in their judgment and assessment of a piece of art, which I think what more could you really ask for? Because I know people in my life that have an issue with the David, but they are still able to acknowledge that it is a masterpiece. Like the effort that goes into making something like that is obviously of a high caliber. And the reason that they don't like it is because it's a naked dude on a pedestal. So, like, you know,
But I think the thing we will walk away with today is that Anna, age 12, had a perfect opinion of M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar movie.
not only the perfect opinion, but it was wholly correct, 100% right.
If anything, she was a little lenient on movie making quality, but we'll account that to her being 12 and not having watched enough movies yet to realize that that was a one.
Well, also though, like if she's a like quote unquote proper Christian girl, she's never gonna be like a vicious individual, you know? You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's
So
fair. So, if anything, that is probably the best I could have hoped for. But yes, Anna, age 12, perfect opinion.
we'll have like a little graphic celebrating Anna.
Let's not go that far. That's kind of weird.
A little bit. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know if you would like to see anything in the future, if you have any fun ideas for a Guess That Anime episode, and
I feel like we're falling back on doing way too many Guess That Anime. We should probably make real content again.
I mean, like, we make real. Hey, man, we make real content. Okay, check out our channel, YouTube.com. You've heard of it. We're there. Look for our faces,
Or don't.
or don't. Anyway,
Okay, bye.